Hi guys, welcome to another video by Antiques Arena. My name's Walter O'Neill, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about how to read and understand Chinese rain marks or character marks that you find underneath porcelain. I've already done a few videos on Chinese porcelain. As you know, it's not a subject I know a lot about. It's a subject I'm trying to learn about myself. I've done a lot of reading this week on the character marks, and what I found was they're a lot simpler to understand than what I first thought, and there's loads of information available on Google. Now there is one coveted book apparently for Chinese character marks or rain marks by Gerald Davison, originally published, and then a new revised edition, £47. I've tried to buy that book since on Amazon and eBay and anywhere else that sells it, and they're asking as much as £1,000 for that one book, so it must be a really good book, guys. If you can get hold of that, get hold of it. It's entitled, I think it's The Handbook of Chinese Rain Marks by Gerald Davison. If anybody got it and they want to sell it cheap, send it my way. But no, I'm going to show you basically how to read the 4 and 6 character marks. It is so simple, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to find the information online to actually date the particular emperors. So it's not a very long video today, but it's going to be quite informative for people who want to learn the Chinese porcelain like myself. So we'll get to it and hopefully you'll enjoy. Okay guys, so you've bought your piece of Chinese porcelain, or you're considering buying your piece of Chinese porcelain, and you look underneath and this is the type of thing you see, which is the Chinese characters in either a 4 or a 6 character mark. Now the first thing to understand is Chinese marks are read from top to bottom, right to left. So you got first two, which will be, this is the Da or great symbol. So you got Great Qing for the Qing dynasty. Then you got the Emperor, and then you have the year of or year made. So the two, well, really you want to know what this one is, whether it's Ming or Qing, and then you want to know these two. These are the important two. When you have a 4 character mark, they lose the year of. So you then have Great Qing, Great Ming, Kangxi or Qianlong. So that's basically where I'm at. That's how you read the character marks. So you'll be first two, Great and the dynasty. Second two, name of the emperor. Third two, year of. Now I run a search on Google, and all I searched was Chinese rain marks, and then I clicked on images, and this is one of the images I've opened up on rain marks. Now it comes here, it tells you how to read them. So you got Da, which is great. This is the Qing for the Qing dynasty. Then you have Qianlong. So Qianlong is the period, and I'll show you in just a second. And then you have the year made or year of. So we come down here, Qianlong, which is the one that was above, which you got Qianlong 1736 to 1795, Kangxi 1662 to 1722, and so on. It really is that easy, guys. So basically we'll come over here, Great Qing Kangxi year made, or as we put it, year made Kangxi Great Qing. So it's the Qing dynasty produced by Kangxi the emperor, during the time of the Emperor Kangxi, and the year made. And the year made is 1662 to 1722 on that particular one. Qianlong, which is the one they just showed on the top, which is the Great Qing, Qianlong, year made. It is really that simple. And if you go onto Google and run a search for Chinese rain marks, and you then print off these images, to be totally honest with you, there's nothing you can't decipher off these images. And there is equally the same one for Ming. So you then got, if you come here, Great Ming and the emperor, and then the year made, and then you come down here. But you then say, well, what if I haven't got the 4 or 6 character mark, I have a seal mark? I'm going to go back to the this one. So I'm going to go to Kangxi. Where are we? Kangxi here. Is that not working? Hang on. Oh, sorry. View seal marks down the bottom. Right, so view seal marks. And then this gives you the character mark and the seal mark. So we can click on Kangxi. And it's going to zoom in just to Kangxi. So it tells you the order as well to read it. So you have Great Qing Kangxi Year Made. And again, there it is, and it tells you the order in which you have to read them. It really is simple. Now you can go on, get books that are going to be absolutely wonderful, but to be honest with you, if all you want to be able to do is look at a Chinese mark, match it up to the symbols and decipher the rain mark or the character mark or the symbol, seal, then there's nothing wrong with you spending 10 or 20 minutes literally printing each one of these marks off, putting them in a little notebook. I've got a little notebook here that I've just bought, and I haven't printed them off at the moment, but what I've done is I've actually drawn the character marks, wrote the periods. You'll have to excuse my Chinese writing, honestly, it is as bad as it gets, but you know what? I understand what the symbol looks like off what I've done. And I'll carry this book with me, but I will be printing this lot off and sticking it in a book tidy to take with me. So then I can date pieces with some accuracy. Now you have to understand, not all the marks are as simple as reading. Let me close this. Right, so as I was saying, not all the marks or Chinese porcelain is as simple as just reading the year of the emperor or the year made, and then that's the year the piece was made, because it's not that simple. With Chinese porcelain, you have later examples of porcelain using rain marks or character marks from earlier periods, and there was a name for it, I can't quite remember the name for it, but basically you have them where they made the porcelain and used the emperor's name in mark of honour, but you also had some that were out and out fakes and used the emperor's name. You have to determine whether a mark matches the period the item was made, the vase was made. If you may have a 19th century vase with a Kangxi mark from 1662. If the mark and the vase match, then that's called mark and period. But then you're talking, more often than not, it's going to be imperial way, or used for the emperor or his people, not exported. Or at least that's what I'm beginning to understand anyway. I've read a lot on it this week, and I'm trying basically to just pass what I'm learning each week as it comes onto you. I've read 3 or 4 books this week, but I do feel now I have an understanding of the rain marks and feel that I can go out, pick a piece up and go like that, yeah, that's at least what the rain mark says. Then you have to look at the manufacturing process of the item, the vase, the bowl, the plate. And believe it or not, there are other pages on there that I've found and read this week. I'll make another video on maybe in a week or two, showing you the different things to look for. The little orange peel on the surface, the little bit of rust colour coming through in the porcelain, the way the foot's cut and so on. It's so much to look at, it's unbelievable. So I thought I would simply just look at the rain marks in this video, or the character marks and the seal marks, and how to understand them. And to be honest with you, if you do what I've just said there, run a search on Google, Chinese character or rain marks, do pictures, click on the chart, print that chart off, then click on each one individually, print them off, cut them up small, stick them in a little notebook in your pocket, then do the same with the seal marks. And to be honest with you, it may take you 10 minutes or 15 minutes sitting down with a cup of tea, but you're going to be able to read that rain mark from the base of the Chinese piece. And to be honest with you, then all you have to do is familiarise yourself with all pieces of Chinese porcelain. Now the best way of doing that and having authentic Chinese porcelain is go to a reputable auction house and handle the stuff. It's great to go to a museum, but you can't touch. You go to an auction house where they're trying to sell the pieces, and I'll use Druitt Neat as an example because that's one I used to go to, and they've sold pieces of Chinese porcelain for 100,000 plus. But they always have a low estimate in the catalogue for some reason. I don't know why, I don't know whether that's an insurance thing or what, but they always seem to have a low estimate and go through the roof. But the good thing about that is you can go there without fear, handle the pieces, understand what is real. They've dated them for you, so you haven't got to worry about the mark anymore. All you got to do is handle the piece and look at it and start getting familiar with the old pieces. But don't be afraid to buy some of the modern examples, because you need to feel the difference between the two. That's pretty much all I'm going to do for this at the moment. What I did read as well though this week was the quality of the mark as well, and the position of the mark on the individual item also would determine whether or not the piece was made for the emperor or his people, because you have to look at the quality of the mark and the quality of the item. Now if you've got a really good item and a rubbish mark, then the likelihood is, well, it wasn't made for the emperor's use but the emperor's people. Again, if I'm making any mistakes, feel free to correct me, but from what I understand, for it to be made for you to be used by the emperor, the mark has to be absolutely spectacular, as does the vase. Both pieces are artwork. They wouldn't do a rubbish mark on an amazing piece of art. So there we go. Hopefully that little video over there will help you in understanding Chinese character marks and reign marks. As I learn something more, guys, you will. What I will say is, I can now identify a piece of Nanking porcelain, a piece of Canton porcelain, rose medallion, mandarin, and so on. Now I know they're all the very basics and the patterns and things, but I will help you to understand those in a later video now. Now I finally understand them. That's what we need. We need somebody who's doing the very basics for the beginners so that we can learn together. So hopefully you've enjoyed, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a like and a share. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Leave me a comment, guys. Let me know you subscribed. I'll give you a thumbs up. You'll find me on my own website, antiquesarena.co.uk, and you'll find me on Facebook. I have a page and a group, Antiques Arena. You'll also find me in my shop, 78 Oxford Street, Mountain Ash, Charlie Foxtrot 45, 3 Hotel Bravo. Sorry guys, that's UK. Thanks for watching. Hope it helped. Bye for now.